Yo, it's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video, NFL Week 6 Picks, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Apologize for that. That was crazy. So the power went out here at the house, so everything froze up on the computer. Everything turned off. Marcus had to end up hitting the road. So I'm going to start the show over and just go over all the picks. I know we got through about a half hour of the show, but I wanted to go through. I was hoping that something like that wouldn't happen. I wasn't expecting the power to go out here. I don't know if someone's doing maintenance here at the building, but I apologize. So we'll wait for a few people to hop back in the room. Smash that like button if you can. And like I said, I'll start it over from the very beginning so we can go over the picks. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything like that. I looked at the screen, and then all of a sudden it was frozen. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then Marcus was like, well, I got to reset everything. The power went out, and then we're going to, get things going. He's on his way home at this point, but at least he got in. I got the power rankings video that I'm going to upload after this, but I figured I'd hop on because I didn't even get through all the different matchups that I wanted to go over. So make sure you guys smash that like button, and let's start it off from the beginning, and we'll go through all the picks. Eric Wolfthorne in the building. What to do? B Ramsey 89 in the building. He said, hit the like, baby. And like I said, we had about 30 or 40 people in the room before obviously everything blew up and the power went out over here, so I apologize. Definitely killed everything with the stream, so I don't know what the hell happened. Ruiz, LA Rams in the building. What to do? Slim Master in the building. Make sure you guys smash that like button and donate to your boy if you can. NFL Week 6 Picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. We did the power rankings video, so I'm going to upload that. That's about a 20 to 25 minute video. I'm going to upload that after I'm done going through these picks again. I wanted the stream to be about an hour long. We got about a half hour through, so I'm going to at least be online for another half hour before I upload the other video. But let's go over the picks and everything that I have left to go over. We'll start it off from the beginning since, obviously the power went out and kind of killed the whole vibe. Ruiz LA Rams says Rams by 10. Rams better smash the Niners in the mouth. I imagine they will. I mean, Jimmy G might not be the answer. Can you imagine if Trevor Lawrence went to the San Francisco 49ers? Trey Fields? Justin Fields? Trey Lance? Could be. You never know. It's going to be crazy. Le'Veon Bell with the Chiefs. What's new? I mean, we already knew that Le'Veon Bell more than likely was going to end up going to the Chiefs, so I'm excited to see how they use him, put him in the slot. It's going to be interesting to see where they go, but I wouldn't give up on all the teams just yet. I mean, it's week 6. We still got a lot of time left for people to bounce back, and that's big facts. So let's start it off. Well, people get back in the room after seeing everything obviously got blown up with the power here at my place, so I apologize about that. So let's start it off. So I'll start it from the very beginning where me and Marcus were at. So we got the Houston Texans at 1-4 versus the Tennessee Titans at 4-0. So Tennessee is favored by 3.5. I don't think anyone really thinks that the Texans could win this game. It seems like a little bit of a trap game to me, though. So if a team could find a way and will itself to maybe some extra points, I'm not really thinking that Brandon Cooks and Deshaun Watson are going to go off for 400 yards passing, and he's going to come up with a 200-yard game. The Titans looked great. You had Derrick Henry, stiff arm, Josh Norman onto fucking Mars, Uranus, Venus, wherever the fuck he is. He's not back yet. There's memes and GIFs on that all day long, but it shows you the Titans are the real deal. You'll see in our power rankings where we have them listed. They beat a top 3 team in the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills will be able to bounce back and still be a deep playoff team. But the Titans, you got to give them respect. To me, Ryan Tannehill is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in this league. He's a top 12 quarterback to me. And he's one of those guys. You got Derrick Henry, a quarterback's best friend, a dominant running back. The O-line is good. You got A.J. Brown back from the injury. Jonnu Smith is, to me, a top 6 tight end right now. If you look at his fantasy numbers, he's ranked number 3 overall. He ends up getting the job done. He's a touchdown machine. The defense has been playing great. I got the Titans winning this game big over the Texans by 10 points or more. Does anyone think that the Texans have a shot in this game? Or do you guys think the Titans are going to end up molly-whopping the Texans like I think? Comment below. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. NFL Week 6 picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. No Clan Jolly, my power went out. So the stream froze, the computer turned off, and so I had to reboot everything. Marcus had to go, so he's on his way home. But at least he did the power rankings video with me. And he got a half hour in with the live stream. I was going to do this live stream solo in about an hour by myself, but I figured I'd call him, see if he can come over. He's not going to be able to come over this weekend until Monday, so I'm going to try to get him to come through as often as I can. So, no, I'm starting it over from the very beginning, Trayvon, so we can go over everything. The power went out here. I apologize. And then the whole setup just fucking blew up, so I had to reboot everything, but I'm back. So I'm going to start it off from the beginning, probably do about a half hour to 40 minutes, since we already did 30 minutes already, and I want to start everything out from the very, very beginning. So I got Titans big over the Texans, and they will improve to 5-0. Next matchup, we got the Colts and the Bengals. So this matchup seems like it could be a trap game for the Colts, just like a trap game for the Titans with the Texans. I don't know what Joe Burrow, if he plays like he did last week, they're going to get the breaks beaten off of him. But if Joe Mixon can find a way to get in the end zone, T. Higgins can have himself a day. Maybe the Bengals could steal one against the Colts. The Colts need this win. They should be a heavy, favorite in this matchup, 7.5. So your overall knowledge, you would say, the Colts are going to win. But this is the NFL. Anything can happen on any Monday, Thursday, right, or Sunday. So I think it could be a little bit closer than people think, but I'm definitely a little disappointed in how Joe Burrow played last week. That might carry over. The Colts should have probably beat the Browns, but the Browns have a good O-line. They ran the shit out of the football, played some good defense, and stole one against the Colts, who arguably had the best defense in the league going into that game. Wangati in the building, what to do? So I got the Colts winning this game, but it could be a trap game. But the only way the Bengals are going to win if Joe Mixon gets in the end zone twice and T. Higgins makes himself known out there, because A.J. Green is washed. All right, with a capital W, washed. All right, next matchup. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings. Falcons 0-5, Vikings 1-4. So common knowledge will say, hey, the Vikings are going to win this game because they're the better team on paper. They should have probably beat Seattle. And I told you guys that would be a trap game against the Seahawks and Danger Russ. But if you give Danger Russ 30 seconds, 40 seconds, a minute, anything is possible. Dalvin Cook is out with the injury, right? So they're not the same team. Madison is great. He can get in the end zone, score a lot of points. But I think the Falcons, you fired Dan Quinn. You fired the GM. So you definitely have a new vibe there. Julio's not 100%, but I love Calvin Ridley. Todd Gurley's been balling, surprisingly. So I think the Falcons have a shot in this game. I'm taking the Falcons with the upset. They get their first win. It's going to be an emotional win. The Vikings are already a bad football team. But obviously, if Madison goes off for a couple touchdowns, Jefferson, Thielen. The thing is, bottom line, the Falcons' defense is horrible. The Vikings' defense is horrible, too. They ended up, losing a lot of pieces from last season. Xavier Rhodes, they thought wasn't really that good of a piece. Everson Griffin, all these pieces decided to move on or get banged up. I think the Falcons, even though they're not a good football team, right? The defense stinks. Maybe Koo gets them a couple long field goals to get them going, right? But Todd Gurley, if he scores twice in this game, I think they could beat the Vikings. I mean, they might match touchdown for Gurley and Madison on the opposite side. But this is going to be a team that wants their first win. They've been so close. They've been able to score so many points. I mean, this Falcons team can throw up 30 a game. They just can't stop anybody. So the Vikings, I don't know if I really believe in Kirk Cousins. I like Jefferson. I like Thielen, right? But I think the Falcons, this is going to be a trap game for Minnesota. Most people will say, hey, the Vikings are going to blow them out. I gotta put a little bit of faith, Trayvon, not a lot, just for this 1 week. and I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons finally getting their first dub, and I think it could be, let's see, maybe a 31-27 kind of game. It's kind of what I'm feeling. It might be a little bit higher scoring. They're going to put up some points, and especially if Todd Gurley gets in the end zone twice, anything could be possible with this matchup, all right? So we got NFL Week 6 picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. So I started doing the NFL Week 6 picks with Marcus. We did about a half hour's worth, then the power went out. We did the power rankings video before that. So after I get done with this, I'll upload the power ranking video, and you guys can check that out. It's about a 20-minute video. Definitely a lot of movement in our top 10. Not going to be like anyone else's list, but I figured I would hop back on, even though we only got through about half of the picks, to kind of finish it up. I don't like leaving a stream just kind of up in the air, especially when the power went out. I want to make sure I go through everything, because I was going to do about an hour solo with this, but I called Marcus and seen if he could come through, since he's not able to come through maybe this weekend, but we could at least do a little bit together. The next matchup, we got the 1-3 Broncos and the 2-2 New England Patriots. So this matchup, Cam Newton and Drew Lock, sounds like they both will be back. I got the Patriots winning big in this game. They're going to put up 30-plus points. The Broncos, it's just been an injury story from day one, starting with Von Miller, just to get it kind of started, and Cortland Sutton. So having Drew Lock back will help, but now you got Melvin Gordon with a DUI. He may not play. It might be a team issue suspension, not from the NFL, but team issued. That gives a chance for Phillip Lindsay to step up, but he's had turf toe since week 1. And turf toe is not one of those things that goes away. So even though he might be in line for 10 to 22 carries, I'm not sure how much yards you're going to get against that stingy Patriots defense. And what it does show you, the Patriots aren't a very good football team without Cam Newton. But with Cam Newton there, they're a playoff team, and they can make shit happen. So I got the Patriots rebounding and getting themselves back in the playoff picture. I got the Patriots winning big in this game by 10 points or more. 30-plus points scored by the New England Patriots. Next matchup, we got the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team, 1-4, versus the 0-5 Giants. Now, when Marcus was here, we both thought that the Giants were going to end up winning this game. Both teams are bad. Both teams, have one thing that they're decent at, and then the other thing that's, not so good. So you look at the Washington football team, their offense stinks, right? They can't put up any points. It doesn't matter if it's Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, or Kyle Allen. They just can't put up points. They have scary Terry McLaurin, which is nice, but beyond that, there's nothing else really there, all right? For the New York football Giants, right, the defense is pretty good, even though they're 0-5. They can score points, but Danny Dimes has regressed horribly. He fumbles almost every game. Some games he's fumbling for touchdowns like he did at Dallas last week, but they do got guys like Slayton, which I really like. Golden Tate has gotten old. He's on the milk carton. Have you seen him? I haven't, right? But you got Evan Ingram and you got Slayton. So as long as those guys are out there, even though we know Saquon Barkley is out for the year, Devontae Freeman is starting to be able to find his way. Golden Tate, he used to be a good player, but he just isn't the same type of player as he used to be. I hate to say that, No Clan Jolly. I mean, he hasn't been a fantasy threat all year. Nobody has him on the roster. Nobody. And there's a reason why, because he's not the same player. He looks old out there. So even though the Giants are 0-5, I got them winning this game. And like I said, Danny Dimes hasn't thrown many touchdown passes. And when he does, it's typically to Slayton. I only think he has a couple the whole season. That's not good. But the defense, will find, ways to make plays. Special teams is not too bad. Joe Judge, no Saquon Barkley. I see you. The Giants get their first win. And it could be one of those ugly kind of games, a 24-20 kind of game, a 24-17, a 28-14 kind of game. But I got the Giants getting the dub, and they're going to get their first win of the season. So if this happens, we're going to have the Giants with their first win and the Atlanta Falcons with their first win if they can find a way. All right. Next matchup, the Baltimore Ravens at 4-1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles at 3-1. I love what Miles Sanders has been doing for the Eagles. Now, the Eagles, even as bad as things have been with Carson Wentz and that team, they have the most well-balanced team in the NFC East, which isn't saying a lot, right? But once you get Alshon back, once you get Djax back, once you get Goddard back, some of these pieces back, Rager back, they are more well-rounded than the Dallas Cowboys. You got Andy Dalton, prayers up for Dak. You got Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Zeke, right? But I just don't think that defense can stop a nosebleed. The defense is horrendous. It's not getting any better. You can end up calling Earl Thomas III. It's not going to fucking make a difference. I got the Ravens winning this game, but I do like Travis Fulgham. I like Greg Ward. I like the way that they've been utilizing those pieces. This game could be a little bit closer. And if somehow, some way, the Ravens go into this game cocky, confident, and somehow the Eagles can end up getting like a 14 or 17 point lead and they don't blow it and they can hang on to it and they win this game even if it's by 3 and they get the dub 30-27 and shock the world. This could be a springboard win for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you think about it, one team has got to come out of the NFC East, to win the crown, to get into the playoffs, to get in the dance. And as bad as the Eagles and the Cowboys are, one of those teams is going to get there. And I have a feeling that it's going to be the Eagles. But if they win this game, it could be a springboard win for the Eagles. I mean, the chances of them winning this game is not good. It's probably 20%, right? But you never know. Injuries could, play a factor. Lamar Jackson isn't 100% with the knee. I'm not really impressed with their running game. I mean, Mark Andrews has been great, right? But they don't really have a solid pass rush to me either. The identity of the team is like, what are they? Are they a pound the rock team? They're not the same type of team as they were last season. And that's a problem because now you got the Bills, the Steelers and the Titans coming around. And we already know the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, even though they lost to the Raiders. So it is what it is. Odin's Child, bang, $10, my guy. You got Le'Veon Bell. Hey, what does that mean for Clyde Edwards-Helaire? He didn't call me and ask me if that was okay for my fantasy football. But I feel still confident in the team that I'm going to end up, getting to the championship and having a great chance to win. But it definitely gives them another dynamic. You can put Le'Veon in the slot, Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. We already know right now Sammy Shaboing Watkins has got a hammy. He's going to be out for a few weeks. So that obviously means Robinson, McCole Hardman, a lot of these other individuals are going to get more looks. But getting Le'Veon out on the field at the same time with Bieniemy's offense, maybe in the slot, getting a pass catcher to do some more damage. It's going to be exciting. And obviously, if Le'Veon Bell's ring chasing, why the fuck not? A great place to be. Chris Jones has been recruiting you to come there. They got a great team. I still think that even though they hit a bump in the road against the Raiders, who I think that could make the playoffs this season also as a wild card team, it's better to get the loss out of the way now and then be able to learn from it. But it also shows you no team is going to go undefeated this season. You're going to play teams in the division, and sometimes you drop games in the division because those are the rivalry games. And sometimes you think that, the Raiders are going to be the old school Raiders. But sometimes, right, when you play a team, you take them for granted. Ruggs started to ball out. Waller, they won third down. They got to Mahomes. It definitely made a difference in that matchup. But I still got the Kansas City Chiefs as the best team in football besides the Green Bay Packers. And you guys will see the power ranking video that we put out as well. So I got the Ravens winning that game. But if the Eagles find a way, somehow, some way, Carson Wentz lives up to his name, Super Wentz, that will be a springboard win. Big facts, especially beating the Ravens. That could give them confidence to maybe rip off a couple in a row. All right, next matchup, one of the toughest to call this week. We got the Cleveland Browns, the surprise Cleveland Browns. Everyone thought that the Cleveland Browns and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to be horrible. They're just going to underachieve and just fall on their face like they always do. But this Browns team with Kevin Stefanski is different. This Buccaneers team with Tom Brady, even though he forgot what down it was against the Chicago Bears, we're a little bit different. And there's a good chance for the Browns and the Bucs to be able to make the playoffs this season. It shows you if you build a strong running game, right? You get better O-line, Jack Conklin from the Titans. You got Jedrick Wills Jr. from Bama. You got who? Nick Chubb, even though he's hurt, and then you ended up getting some nice pieces like Kareem Hunt. Those guys are balling right now. They got plenty of pieces. They run about 4 or 5 deep at the running back position for the Browns. They're playing good defense. Myles Garrett is playing just as good as anybody besides Aaron Donald, right, on the defensive line in the league. So with this matchup, with all that being said, the Browns haven't beaten the Steelers in like the last 16 opportunities. And that's facts. Alan Counts in the building. What to do. So I love the Steelers. They're the kind of the sleeper team in the NFL. I could see them getting the AFC championship game. Them, the Bills, the Titans. Everyone is sleeping on those 3 teams. I do love the Steelers. You had Chase Claypool go off. for 4 touchdowns. It's probably not going to happen again, but I love the defense. You know, you got good weapons on every level. Bud Dupree, right? You got Devin Bush at the linebacker position. You got Minkah Fitzpatrick, one of my favorite players in the league. TJ Watt, right? And then on the opposite side, I mean, you got James Conner healthy. Ben Roethlisberger, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick. He looks great. Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and the weakest link is Eric Ebron. So if that's their weakest link, I like this team. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. It's going to be close. It's going to be under the 30s. It might be like a 28-24 or 28-27 kind of game, or maybe a very low-scoring game, a 2017 kind of game with the defense that's really showing out. But I got the Steelers winning this game. But if the Browns win, I wouldn't really be shocked. I mean, if they were going to win, this is the year. You know, they're 4-1. They're overachieving. Baker's not throwing the ball. What they're doing is playing good defense, and they're pounding the rock. And right now, when Nick Chubb is healthy, him and Kareem Hunt are the best tandem at running back on the same team. And it's showing you they're not missing a beat without Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt is a baller, and that's big facts. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Bears 4-1 versus the 3-2 Panthers. So in this matchup, congratulations to the Bears and Nick Foles. You beat my Buccaneers by 1. That definitely hurt. It stung for a few days. I wanted to get that dub. The offensive line played like shit. Khalil Mack played great. I had a few weapons out, right? Scotty Miller was injured. Godwin was injured. And it showed you with those weapons being out, Rojo played great. But the defense, they tried their best. I mean, it was 20-19, so it was low scoring. Both defenses showed out, but I really need Chris Godwin and Scotty Miller in the lineup, especially if Mike Evans isn't 100%. I can't get anything from Gronk. I don't rely on him to get me anything throughout those games, right? But you got to give credit where credit's due. Nick Foles found a way to win, and you got guys like Allen Robinson, to me, one of the most underrated wide receivers in this game. You got guys like Tyler, Get to the Door and Lockett, Cooper Kupp, a lot of these other guys that I can mention that are very slept on, right? Allen Robinson is one of those guys. To me, Allen Robinson is a top 10 wide receiver in this league. He deserves to be on a better team than the Chicago Bears. But who would have thought the Bears would be 4-1? I thought they would be a bottom 5 team going into the season with the Jets and the Giants. I did not think that they would be a good team, and there's a chance that they may get into the dance. It's still early, and they can still accumulate some losses, and this is one of the weeks I think they are. I got the Panthers winning this game. I've been doing reaction videos for the last couple weeks. I'm impressed with Teddy Two Gloves. I like Mike Davis. I got him on fantasy. Robbie Anderson is an X factor. He can do it all. He's got great hands. You got DJ Moore, another underrated wide receiver, Curtis Samuel. I love everything about this team. The defense is overachieving as well. You got Brian Spider Burns. No Luke Kuechly, no problem. No Cam Newton, no problem. No Riverboat Ron, no problem. I like Coach Rule. And this could be a team where the Carolina Panthers hit a good stride right when CMC comes back. And at this point, when CMC comes back, it's not going to cause any drama with Mike Davis. They have a good 1-2 punch. And that might even challenge Nick Chubb, right, and Kareem Hunt for a 1-2 punch with Mike Davis, maybe on third down, change of pace back with run CMC, because the way that Mike Davis has been playing, he's fast, he's strong, he's elusive, right? He gets monster points. I started off my fantasy football season 0-2. I had the hardest schedule out of 10 teams week 1, so I knew I was going to drop that game. Week 2, I lost by less than 1 fucking point to Gerald Black and Gold Light Toes. That fucking hurt. But by losing that game week 2 by less than a point, I got first on the wire priority, and I got Mike Davis. And he's helped me rip off 3 straight. I'm playing the number 1 team, Omer Muich, this week, and I'm favored to win. So I feel that I went from, an 0-2 team to a team I feel that my roster is the best roster in fantasy football. The Panthers, I love them. And don't be surprised if the Panthers, the Bucs, and the Saints all make the playoffs. At first I thought maybe it would be the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. But if the Cardinals slip out, I think the Panthers, you can step them in, because I'm not really sold on Chicago long term, but I am sold on the Panthers. And it's kind of crazy to say that this early, but if they're playing this well already, or if they're playing this well already without Run CMC, imagine what they're going to be able to do with him in the lineup. We got Shannon Sharp in the building, Skip Bayless in the building. You never know what celebrities are going to be in the building. Undisputed. What to do, fellas? How are you guys? So I got the Panthers winning. What do you guys think? Shannon Sharp says, I got the Bears winning 24-14. Could be. And obviously Skip Bayless says, the Bears. He says, pretenders. Bears 28-17. Trey Holiday 23-20 Panthers. No Clan Jolly 30-21 Panthers. I got the Panthers, man. Nate Jarrell. I feel like I'm a Bucs fan through and through. I'm a Bucs fan through and through. But guess what? I'm not going to hate on greatness, and I'm not going to hate on Teddy Two Gloves when he's been balling out. And if you actually watch him play, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, you could argue he's been playing better than Drew Brees. Imagine if Teddy Two Gloves was still in New Orleans, right? It might be time for Jameis. I'm not sure, Taysom Hill, he has a lot of fumbles and he makes a lot of mistakes lately, but it might be time to give Jameis a little bit of a run to see what they can do. They can still make the playoffs with Drew Brees, and I'm not saying Drew Brees is washed by any means, but I think Jameis Winston is going to have to earn an opportunity to at least get a quarter in, a half in, to see what he can do out there with the new, LASIK eye surgery, to see what he can do. But Teddy Two Gloves has been impressive, but it also has to come down to coaching, discipline, and they're finding ways to win. But the X factor to me, besides Mike Davis, is Robbie Anderson. They needed that other guy to stretch the field besides DJ Moore. Curtis Samuel's great, but with DJ Moore on one side and Robbie Anderson on the other, I love that tandem. They don't get talked about enough. NFC South, baby. 3 Fs, NFC South. Represent the Panthers, the Saints, the Buccaneers. We won't talk about the Falcons, even though they might get their first dub this weekend. I got the Panthers winning this game. It's going to be close, and it's not going to be a high-scoring game, so it might get kind of gritty. It might end up being like a 17-13 kind of game, a 23-20 kind of game, a 21-17 kind of game. But whatever it is, I got the Panthers finding a way, and they need it to be able to keep pace with the other teams in the NFC South. Next matchup, we got the Lions at 1-3 versus the Jags at 1-4. A kind of a battle of the bads. Laviska Shenault should show out. Gardner Minshew. You got obviously Matthew Stafford and the collection of weapons that he has. You got Adrian Peterson there, DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson. You have some pieces there, Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, TJ Hawkinson. So these teams are 1-3, the Lions. Jaguars 1-4. Both teams need a win desperately. I'm not really sure who's going to win this game. The Jags, based on the weapons that they have, if DJ Shark is healthy, I definitely give the edge a little bit to the Jags. But the Lions need this win just as bad as any team in the league right now. Both defenses really can't stop anybody. There could be a shootout. And Gardner Minshew has had, out of his matchups, 4 good games, roughly, 1 stinker. So are we going to get the stinker game against the Lions, or are we going to get a balling out Gardner Minshew in this matchup? And I think it really is going to come down to DJ Shark. He's going to be the main guy. If he's healthy, even though he's a little banged up right now, he had back issues, chest issues, knee issues. I got him in fantasy. He's on my bench. I might put him in, but they need to be able to get Laviska Shenault going. The Lions, in more cases or not, that's the obvious choice. The Lions to win. But maybe the Jags find a way to win this game. They're due for a win. So, maybe the Jags with the upset. Could be. What do you guys think? So you got Lions 24-17, Lions 19-17, Lions 31-30. I'm gonna go with the upset then. I'm gonna go with the Jags. I'm gonna have Gardner Minshew balling out only if DJ Shark plays in the game. If DJ Shark does not play, then I got the Lions winning the game. That's big facts. But definitely it's not going to be a game into the 40s. I definitely think the game could get into the high 20s to the low 30s, but it all depends on the defenses if they come to play. Could be a lower scoring game, but I have a feeling that both teams are going to put up points, more than 21 for both teams in this matchup. Next matchup, the 0-5 Jets, led by Joe Flacco, and the 2-3 Dolphins, who actually should be probably 4-1 or 3-2 with, guess who? Ryan Fitzmagic. We haven't got to see Tua Tagovailoa yet because Fitzmagic has been balling out. I got the Dolphins winning big, and it's crazy because I'm telling you, the Dolphins aren't that far away from being a wild card team. And if they don't make it this season, they could make the playoffs next year or the year after, accumulating all those draft picks in the first, second, and third round with all the trades that they've made. I love this Dolphins team. We haven't seen, Preston, really get going, Preston Williams, just yet. Right? We haven't really seen him get going just yet, but this could be a breakout game for him. Myles Gaskin has been nice. Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, they're finding their groove, right? Myles Gaskin is, the surprise leader at running back. I don't believe in the Jets. They're trying to shop all their pieces. Pretty much if you play the Jets, you're going to get a win. But I got the Dolphins winning this game big, and they should score, like you guys have it, at least 30 points or more in this matchup. Jets, Jamison Crowder is still a beast. So, there's still a chance that the Jets could put up 20. If Crowder could end up getting, 100 to 150 yards, he's the one bright spot on the Jets. I got him in fantasy. He gets a shitload of targets. He is the main option on the Jets. But besides him, they don't really got anybody else. I got the Dolphins winning big in this matchup, just like you guys have it. Just like No Clan Jolly. Trey Holiday, B. Ramsey, Allen Counts. I see you. Dolphins big. Next matchup. This is interesting now. The Buccaneers at 3-2, my team, no bias, versus the Green Bay Packers, arguably the best team in football, 4-0. So normally for me, even though I'm a Bucs fan, you would think if you're trying to be me, oh, Ryan's just going to choose his team and choose the Bucs. But the Green Bay Packers to me are the best team in football. I don't know how you're going to beat Aaron Rodgers. You got Robert Tonyan at tight end. You got 5 touchdowns there in the last 3 games. It doesn't matter if Devontae Adams is back or not. You got enough weapons there. The defense is good. But this could be a trap game for the Packers. I mean, I don't know if anyone is really picking the Bucs to win this game, right? I'm hoping and praying somehow, some way Tom Brady can find a way. But the only way that I'm going to be able to compete in this game if I have a healthy Godwin, a healthy Mike Evans, a healthy Scotty Miller, and Rojo goes off. I know the defense is going to be good. I lost Vita Vea for the year. This could be a shootout, right? The Packers defense has some holes. So Tom Brady is going to have to get in a rhythm. If I get down, I'm not coming back in this game. Aaron Rodgers is too tough. Aaron Rodgers is my MVP vote. Going into the season, I got the Packers going to the Super Bowl against who? The Kansas City Chiefs. So this could be a springboard game in Tampa. It's going to be there. We are at home. The game is in Tampa. Like I said, the chance of Tampa winning this game is probably 25%. But like I said, I have faith. But I got the Packers winning this game. But I just hope somehow, some way that we can make Aaron Rodgers turn the football over. But he hasn't turned the football over yet. Now, he's been so clean. He's been so perfect. I love this team. You got Aaron Jones. You got Jamal Williams. And maybe Tonyan goes off for 2 or 3 games in a row. Maybe this is the 4th game in a row for a touchdown. But I don't think it's a springboard game for Green Bay because everyone already thinks Green Bay is the best team in football besides the Kansas City Chiefs. If it's going to be a springboard game, it would be for the Bucs to get back on track based on the loss that they had against the Bears, losing 2019. I should have fucking won that game. That was bullshit. I should have won. Vita Vea going down hurt. The offensive line, Khalil Mack is going to do that once in a while. But my defense held strong. 2019, my defense is top 3 in the league based off fantasy. Overall, I think they're a top 10 team in defense. They were ranked, I think, 8th going into that game, against the Bears. The Bears can't score points. I can score points, but when you have Godwin out, Scotty Miller out, a hobbled Mike Evans, it doesn't matter what Rojo does. I need a full complement out there. Still think the Bucs are one of the best teams in the NFC, right? I still think that they have a good shot to make a deep run with the Rams, the Seahawks, right? And guess who? The Packers. Those are like the top dogs to me. The Rams, the Seahawks, Tampa Bay, the Packers, and you could probably throw in the Saints and the Panthers in there in the mix as well. So we're going to really see who is the top dog. But I got the Packers winning, and it could get nasty, but I'm hoping for a miracle that Bucs can win by at least a point, 2 points, 3 points. I don't give a shit by what they win by, but I need this dub. This is a tough matchup going from the Bears on Thursday night to playing the fucking Aaron Rodgers #1 ranked team, in the NFC, and some people have them ranked #1 overall. Big facts. Springboard win if I get it, but I'm not counting on it. I'm counting on going 3-3 and then finding my way to climb back in it after that. And if the Packers win decidedly, I know a lot of y'all love Russell Wilson, and he's great and all, right? And he's going to get MVP votes this season, but Aaron Rodgers is the true MVP to me. I love Russell Wilson and what he does, and what he means to Seattle, he's more an MVP. Because if without Russell Wilson, that team is garbage. The Seattle Seahawks. They're not winning any games. They're 0-5 or 1-4 right now without Danger Russ. That's big facts. Aaron Rodgers off that team, right, with the rookie, Jordan Love in there, they would still win games. They probably have a win or two because they have a better roster overall, but I still think Aaron Rodgers is the MVP to me, even though Danger Russ is amazing. So I got Packers winning against my Bucs. That hurts, but I just got to be real with it. I can't be a homer, all right? Next matchup, the Rams, 4-1, after demolishing the Washington football team versus the San Francisco 49ers. So the Niners are 2-3. They're at home. I've been saying this all year, and I've been saying this even in the preseason. The Rams are the best team in the NFC West. All right, you got the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, but the defense is not there. Chandler Jones is out for the year. Seattle Seahawks have a great offense. DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson look like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, but guess what? You can't catch a fucking nosebleed, all right? You can't stop anybody out there. You got Jamal Adams, but he's not out there on the field, right? You got Bobby Wagner, but you can't have 2 or 3 guys out there out of 11. The Rams have a better complement on offense, defense, special teams. Jared Goff in the offense looks comfortable. I like this team, and they're going to make a deep run. And even though the Seahawks are 5-0, I got you. That's fine. But it's not like the Rams are 1-4. Or 2-3 or 3-2. They're 4-1. And at some point, they're going to overtake Seattle. And when they play head to head, I'm going to be excited to see how that pans out. They may split, go 1-1. But if the Rams end up beating them twice, don't be shocked. This Rams team is legit. People wanted to make fun of me. People wanted to say I'm crazy. But it doesn't matter if Ruiz LA Rams or Trayvon G is in the building. You know, I'm not a Rams fan. But I am a fan of talent, hard work, and I love Sean McVay, and a lot of people aren't a big Sean McVay guy, but how can you hate on greatness? It just was a couple years ago, you made the Super Bowl. You lost a lot of offensive linemen. You lost Todd Gurley. He got injured. It's going to take time to be able to develop a running game again. Darrell Henderson is the guy. You got Malcolm Brown, right? Cam Akers is coming back from the ribs. You got Cooper Kupp there. You got a lot of weapons out there. Robert Woods can do his thing. You don't got Brandon Cooks, but you don't need him. All right, and you got that guy, 9'9", you might have heard of him, Aaron Donald, 4 sacks last game. You know, he is the biggest defensive threat that I've seen since Warren Sapp. And guess what? Even though I'm a Bucs fan and a Warren Sapp guy, Aaron Donald is better. Aaron Donald is better than Warren Sapp. I mean, this guy is generational. They're going to be talking about Aaron Donald 50 years from now, and we may never even have another guy on that level. I mean, J.J. Watt in his prime was great. Warren Sapp in his prime was great. These guys are first ballot Hall of Famers. But Aaron Donald, you can argue he's the best player in the NFL besides Patrick Mahomes. And sometimes people will say he's better, you know, based off overall talent. And Patrick Mahomes is amazing. So just imagine you're comparing Aaron Donald to Patrick Mahomes. Most people would laugh saying there is no comparison. But if there's anybody that's as dominant on that side of the ball as Patrick Mahomes, it's Aaron Donald. And he has been. He's great. And I like I said, I think that the Rams can make a really deep run. Don't be shocked if they end up playing Seattle, beating them, playing the Bucs, the Saints, the Panthers, beating them. I really think that the Rams, the only really tough test that they're going to have might be the Green Bay Packers. That might be their kryptonite. You know, that if they end up, you know, playing them, that might be the one team that you lose to. But other than that, I think they can beat any other team, even my Bucs. I think that they're that talented. They're going to have good games. They're going to have bad games like against the Giants where you should have blown them out. But that's what football is. Sometimes you don't play your best football and the other team brings their A game and you bring your C game, but you find a way to win the game. But you're still 4-1. I love this team. And like I said, at the beginning of the year, I said that this team could not only win the division, make the playoffs. A lot of the haters that are outside of the Ramley, you know, they were like, oh, Orion, you're an idiot. But now looking at the record, Orion's kind of fucking smart, 4-1, saying how great this team is. And no disrespect to the Seattle Seahawks, but I definitely love the Rams winning this game. And I don't think it'll be a trap game whatsoever. The Niners, you know, Jimmy G, I'm not sure if he's it. You know, Nick Mullins, he ain't it either. You know what I'm saying? I know. Let him sip on that NyQuil. I mean, sleep on him. I mean, the Rams, to me, in the NFC are the equivalent to the Steelers in the AFC. But even the Steelers get more pub than the Rams. The Rams are just flying under the radar. You want to give the Saints love and the Bucs love, and you want to give Seahawks and Russell Wilson love and the Packers love. No one's talking about the Rams, and I like it like that because then they're going to punch everybody in the mouth and make a deep run. And who knows? Maybe NFC Championship game this season. Maybe a year early. Because I thought that they could be a good team, win the NFC West, right? But before they get really comfortable with who they get, one more year of draft picks, one more year of free agency coming in, I had next year being the year that maybe they make that deep run again to the NFC Championship game. But if things keep going the way that they are, they're going to be a year early, and they might get there and play the Packers in the NFC Championship game, and that's big facts. I don't hate the Seahawks, guy, but what did I say? I told you that was going to be a trap game against the Vikings, and they almost beat them by 1 point. The thing is I don't like teams that don't have defense. I like well-rounded teams. I'm a linebacker guy, a safety guy, a D-tackle, DN guy. I just, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to be able to root for a team that's all offense, no defense, or all defense, no offense. I need to have a collective unit. But it's like the Cowboys and the Seahawks. You got all offense, you got no fucking defense. That's not going to get you to an NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, let alone a fucking Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. You got to have some defense, and that's big facts. I love Russell Wilson, all right? But I think Jared Goff, you know, he's not as good as Russell Wilson. I get it, right? And most Rams fans, they'll admit to it. But the thing is, he looks really comfortable this season. He looks like he's having fun again, and I like that. And that's going to be a key ingredient of them getting farther than people think that they can get. Defense is great. Play calling is great. I like this team. Ramley, stand up. Your boy knows. I'm smart. Ramley, big. I got them winning by at least 10 points over the Niners, even though it's going to be a divisional matchup. I just don't know. I mean, it's going to be on, Sunday Night Football. George Kittle might ball out, but the Rams defense should get stingy. Aaron Donald should be good for 2 to 3 sacks in that game. And like I said, it should be one of those games where the Rams get 24 to 30 points. And that's big facts. You'll see. You'll see as the season goes along. I hate when people use that excuse, guy. You haven't played good teams. You play who's on the schedule. Right? You play who's on the schedule and you find a way to win. It's hard to win games in the NFL. It's the hardest league to be successful in because there's so much parity in the league. To go, from winning a football game to losing a football game, maybe on the last 1 or 2 plays of a game. That's why so many games are decided by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 points. All right? You will see. But also, too, with your team, Raiders. People slept on them, and what did I tell you? At the beginning of the season, I said the Raiders could be a playoff team. Some people laughed. No one's laughing now, especially after being the Chiefs. Your boy knows. I do the film study. I watch. I read. I'm on it. All right? So before you start calling out anybody being a Raider fan, the Rams are legit, but the Raiders have a little bit of weaponry themselves. All right? Have some respect, my guy. Big facts. Next matchup. Chiefs and Bills, Monday night. All right? The Bills need to get back on track, but the Chiefs, you ended up just getting Le'Veon Bell. Huge accolades for them to be able to get a player like that. What can you say? To get a player like Le'Veon Bell, you can play him in the slot. You don't need Damian Williams there. I don't know how the Bills are going to find a way since, Josh Norman is on Mars, Uranus, Venus. I don't know what planet he's on after getting stiff-armed by Derrick Henry. There's been memes and GIFs all over. But the Chiefs, to me, are the best team in football, not named the Green Bay Packers right now. Like I said, I think they will be able to rebound in this game, even being on the road. The Bills are going to be more desperate in this game, but if they play like they did against the Titans, it's going to get ugly. I think the Bills will play a better football game with Josh Allen. But I think just with the hype with Le'Veon Bell and everything that they're going to bring, I don't see the Chiefs winning this game at all. They're not going to lose this game. The Chiefs are winning, and they might win big. It could end up being by, I'm not sure what big is for the Chiefs. 10 points or more? 14 or more? The Bills supposedly have a good defense, but they haven't really brought it this season. If you look at it at fantasy, they've been giving up a lot of points. And even though Shaboing Boing, Sammy Watkins has got the hammy, I still think the Chiefs are going to be able to throw up 30 to 40 points on this Bills team. It could get ugly by the third quarter. And I still like the Bills, though, too. So even though the Bills lost, to the Titans and now you play the Chiefs, I still think the Bills are one of the best teams in football. They're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win the AFC East, even with Cam Newton coming back. I still like them. But you're playing one of the best teams in football, the Kansas City Chiefs. Big facts. And the last matchup we got the Arizona Cardinals at 3-2 versus the Cowboys at 2-3. I think Andy Dalton will play great. I think that, the Cardinals defense is banged up. Chandler Jones, torn pec, out for the year. So they're going to be able to get points there. But Kyler Murray going against that defense. Christian Kirk should have a field day. DeAndre Hopkins. You got Chase Edmonds. Kenyon Drake. So I got the Cardinals winning this game. The Cowboys should be able to put up some points. Zeke would have to have a monster game for them to win this game to me. He's going to have to score at least twice and get 125 yards. And I'm not sure if they're committed to running the ball with Zeke that much. When they do run the ball like that, they're more balanced and they play better. But the bottom line is they can't stop a nosebleed. So I got Kyler Murray. I got the Cardinals winning this game and improving to 4-2. So that is the picks of the week. Like I said, the first video ended up cutting out because the power went out here, but I ended up, making up for it. And then now we were about 45 minutes in. So 30 minutes in on the first part, 45 minutes in with the second part. And then I'm going to upload the NFL power rankings that me and Marcus did together as soon as I end this stream. And that's about a 20-minute video, and it'll go over our top 10. So NFL Week 6 picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or our GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on our YouTube page. Follow us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. The Dak injury was gross. Prayers up for him. Hopefully Jerry Jones pays that man. I'm going to end the stream now. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Thank you to Odin's Child with his donation. And like I said, you can go back and watch the first part with me and Marcus, which was about a half hour. Second part here, 45 minutes. I'm going to upload the power ranking video. You'll see that probably within the next 20 minutes or so. And then I'll be back tomorrow with another probably live stream. I'm going to try to keep it moving. Marcus is going to be busy with his kids on the weekend, so look for a live stream from me on Friday, Saturday, do some, Sunday night football. I'm going to try to be as active as possible. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there, y'all, and I'll be back very, very soon. Peace. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. NFL Week 6 picks with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. And donate to your boy if you can. It would be greatly appreciated. Have a great night, y'all. Later.